All of the science we've been given is theoretical bullshit based out of science fiction. So you got to understand how all of our science are given to us. All of our theoretical concepts and the foundations of all of our science was first rooted in science fiction. It was first science fiction at first, before it became scientific theory. None of it is scientific fact. That's the thing. It's a world based upon a bunch of theories, creating a virtual reality for a lot of you believers out there who still don't know that you're trapped inside of a religion called scientism. These are your preachers, Neil deGrasse Tyson's, Mikhail Kaku. Listen to every word coming out of their mouth. Let's play this back.
Your extra dimensions is front and center in the scientific world. No longer just science fiction. I want to understand how it works in string theory, in fundamental physics, and then potentially in cosmology in large extra dimensions. How significant is this in our understanding?
Let me tell you a story. When I was a child growing up in San Francisco area, I used to visit a Japanese tea garden and to visit the carp swimming just beneath the lily pads in a two-dimensional pond. I used to spend hours looking at them. They would swim forward, backward, left and right. Their eyes were to the side, and they couldn't see me. I was in the third dimension. I was in hyperspace. They were totally unaware that there was a universe beyond their pond. And then I thought, well, what happens if I reach down and grab one of the fish, lift the fish up? Maybe that fish was a scientist, and the scientist would say, bah, humbug, science fiction, there's no world of up. Up does not exist. Well, I would grab this scientist, lift them up in the world of up, hyperspace, the third dimension. What would he see? He would see beings breathing without water, a new law of biology. Beings moving without fins, a new law of physics. And then I would put the fish back into the pond. What kind of stories would he tell? Well, today, we physicists believe, we cannot prove it yet, but we are the fish.
And that's the thing. I give him that much credit. He said we physicists believe, we cannot prove it yet. Problem is, you'll get knucklehead globalists up here talking like it's been proven, like it's factual. Because when you put these beliefs out there from professionals, they become religious. And we know that the religions and their belief systems been going to war and arguing and debating for years. So these people know what they're doing. They don't have to put it out there as fact. Once they say that belief all serious, and these are the people that's in a position to give us the facts, but they never give us the facts. They only give us their beliefs. So what are we to do with those beliefs but go in and say, hey, do you believe it or not? That's the dialectic. That's the Hegelian dialectic. Ripley's do you believe it or not? Ain't that's what Christians say to you? The first thing they say, hey man, do you believe in Jesus? Because I got to take you to this world first. In order for me to take you to this make-believe world, you got to believe in it. I can't apply my law to you in your right reality and your right mind. In other words, in order for a magician to fool you, they got to take you away from reality first. They got to get you into la-la land or belief land. This is why it's called a magician, because they got to get you into the imaginary land or the imagination land. The root word of imagination is magi, which is magician. So what these guys do is what the pastors do. They get you into a belief world, an imaginary world. I was in it before. I believed the streets of gold, men walking water, resurrecting people from the dead, coming back to save me on clouds. And my happiness wasn't rooted in this world. As a Christian, my happiness was rooted in this make-believe world that was created for me in this imaginary book. And I shared this make-believe world with a whole bunch of people who believed in them streets of gold and the men walking on water too. We all had some in common. We believed in the world that wasn't here. But that world that we believed in that wasn't here, dictated all of our actions here. That's the dangers of it. All of us Christians was believing in a make-believe world that really wasn't real. It was in our mind. We was making it up. It was in a book, fairy tale. But our belief in that world that's not tangible, that's not here, dictated our physical, real reality. So this is deep stuff. This is a theoretical world that these pseudoscientists have created for you, a virtual reality that's built upon consensus and belief. Worlds that are not here, things we can't prove. He just told you they can't prove it, so no globalist can argue with me. He just said it. These things can't be proven, they're only believing. And when you get so many people believing it with you, you can start funding programs for it. You can start writing it off as fact because of consensus. And this is how our science been going on for years, y'all. We got to wake up. They got entire programs based upon imaginary concepts of so-called physicists and pseudoscientists. But they got real programs now hurting your children's pockets. They got real programs taxing your motherfucking ass. But the shit he's talking about, he just told you is make-believe. Let me rewind this for y'all.
What kind of stories would he tell? Well, today, we physicists believe. We cannot prove it yet.
What if your pastor started creating taxation and programs to tax your kids based upon his goddamn beliefs? Shit he can't prove yet. You heard what this dude just said, but yet this what's going on with us. Now the crazy thing about what I just said is this, right? Back when the church was ruling the world, they did tax you. They did come with all kind of laws and enforce them on you and your kids based upon your motherfucking belief. See how dangerous your stupid beliefs is? This man just told you that these are beliefs. They haven't proved none of this yet, but yet they spending all this money on programs as if the shit real. Let me keep playing this for y'all.
But we are the fish. We spend all our life in 3 dimensions. We go forward, backward, left, right, up, down, thinking that anything beyond our pond, anything beyond our little puny universe is science fiction. We say, bah, humbug. We can't say that anymore because the concept of higher dimensions now is the biggest game in town. You see, in 3 dimensions, there's not enough room to put all the laws of physics.
He said in 3 dimensions, there's not enough room to put all the laws of physics. Yet in our reality, we see all the laws of physics at play. Oh my God. Y'all see why this shit is ridiculous and it's hard for me? How does he get to make all that money and be this stupid? Could it be because the world that dumbed down and he know it? Did you hear what he just said? Listen, people, listen.
You see, in 3 dimensions, there's not enough room to put all the laws of physics.
Did you hear that stupidity? Did you just hear that stupidity? I want to hear that. You know what? I can't even call that stupidity. We got to make up some new future shit for that. That's stupoistrous. Some new shit. That's stupefied. That's the art of stupism. That's what that is. Let's listen to it again. Y'all are listening to the art of stupism. Don't none of the shit make no sense. That's why you got to move your goddamn hands like you doing magic. Listen to this stupoistrous comment.
There's not enough room to put all...
Let me rewind this damn stupefied statement one more time.
You see, in 3 dimensions, there's not enough room to put all the laws of physics.
Got to be a fool. In 3 dimensions, there ain't enough room to put all the laws of physics like a fool. And he making all the money. Oh man, that is the art of stupefaction. Oh, we can. Who got another stupid word? Put your best stupid word in the chat. I said stupism. I think he's stupiding people. We can make that shit a verb. Man, he ain't dumbing them down. He's stupiding their ass. God damn it. You got to think of a word just as stupid as the statement. God damn. He said it ain't enough space in three-dimensional space to see all the laws of physics, y'all. Y'all, come on now. In other words, think about what he's saying, y'all. This is why in their science, you cannot mirror their macro with the micro. That's what he brainwashing you, telling the dumbasses. He telling you, see, in our little three-dimensional space, we can't reenact this shit. You got to be in hyperspace. What the fuck is hyperspace? Now you go to the ghetto, you see a lot of hyper children. And they behaving real hyper and they fidgety. But I ain't never saw no hyper child but behaving in hyperspace. You only get this kind of stupism from pseudoscientists like this who know that the world dumbed down. What the fuck is hyper? See, he finna take you away from reality and now it put you into hyperspace. What the fuck? We need to put that shit on Ritalin. We need to put hyperspace on some goddamn Ritalin and calm hyperspace the fuck down. How it get to be where non-hyperspace at? Y'all, listen, the man said, you can't see all the laws of physics in three-dimensional space. In other words, you can't see water turn into a vapor and then the vapor go back to a snowflake and all over again. Dude, you see all the laws of physics in three-dimensional space, but people who don't know what he's talking about, who just listening to somebody sound smart and move their goddamn hands like they breaking up some damn Play-Doh or something. See, that's how they get you with them hands. They always doing their hands together like they goddamn, playing a puppet, moving a puppet or some shit. And he sounds smart, but when you listen to it, he's a dumbass. This is stupoistrous. This is stupoistrous. What the fuck is hyperspace? Now, he got to take your ass away from reality because his pseudoscience don't make no sense when you go outside. Let's listen to some more of this shit.
But when you go to this larger pond,
Let's take it back, man. This is ridiculous.
In three dimensions, there's not enough room to put all the laws of physics. But when you go to this larger pond, this pond of hyperspace, then all the laws of physics just fit together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, when you suspend everything in this black ass board of darkness, everything fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. Now this is hyperspace, people. Here go pictures of hyperspace. See, this is where supposedly what our cosmos is. Remember, the Big Bang exploded from a point of singularity and threw all of these little light worlds off into the distance, and eventually they're gonna get so far apart that you're gonna be in darkness, basically. And you see, instead of him just saying, hey man, we can't explain this shit on Earth, but it sound good, they just say, hey y'all, none of this stuff makes sense in three-dimensional reality, but it makes sense in hyperspace. And lo and behold, what is hyperspace? Let me show y'all how you being dumbed down. Pay the hell attention now. What is hyperspace? Read. God damn it, free your mind. Hyperspace, a noun, space of more than three dimensions. No shit. But listen, in science fiction,